Hey guys, so we are back with another casted game for you. It's been a while, but I've got another fun one that I think everyone will enjoy here. And so we're going to jump right into it. A little bit different setup here. Normally I'm playing in the pocket. I'm actually going to be playing on the flank here. The purpose, at least the initial purpose of this video, is going to be just kind of walking through how to scout rush. And so with me being on the flank, it's going to be a good opportunity to show that. But you might remember from last game, we've got Rank Tank. He's our Franks player. He's going to be the lucky guy to be in the pocket today. And then we subbed out Neck from the last game. He's going to have his spot taken by Where Is My Army? And if you remember from last game, Rank Tank, kind of true to his nature, he definitely tanks some rank for us. Where's My Army has got a similar thing going on where his name describes his play style as well. So lots of fun surprises in here for you guys, but we'll just jump right in and see how this goes. So first things first, I mean, there's a couple civs that I think are better than others for scout rushes, particularly when you're on the flank. And so I'm going with Lithuanians here. They start with some extra food, which is nice in terms of getting up to feudal age faster, and getting villagers out, and ultimately having a little bit of an eco advantage as you're looking to make scouts. Couple other good picks. You can go Magyars. They get some free tech upgrades. You can go Franks. You can go Spanish. But again, I'm going Lithuanians here. It's just a civ that I enjoy playing. So one of the first things you kind of want to do is find out kind of who you're going up against. And so I've got Koreans on my side. Just from playing the game, I know that Koreans tend to have a pretty strong tower rush strategy. So my scout rush here should bode well in terms of getting up quickly and trying to stop whatever he may have in store for me in terms of a Korean tower rush. Frank's in the pocket, and then Where Is My Army? He's playing as Hindustanis, and so on his side he's got the Goths, and then the enemy pocket player is playing as the Mongols. So pretty standard kind of initial build order here for me. I'm going to go 6 on food. I'm going to put 4 on wood. If you're comfortable, you can even go, I think, 3 on wood. Sometimes I do that. And then really after that, you want to start pulling boars. So looks like at villager 15 here, I'm pulling in my second boar as the villagers under the TC are just finishing up that first one. Get the nice little TC trick here to knock down that boar nice and quick. And then at the same time, I'm starting to work my way over, do some scouting here. So my goal with this build order is going to be to click up at 18. That's going to get me to feudal age, hopefully faster than anyone else in the game, and get me that initial momentum and pressure in terms of being able to put forward a scout rush. So I just hit my 18th villager. I'm getting loom, and then going to finish up this boar and should have enough food to go right on up. Loom's complete, and there it is. So first up to feudal, good start. We'll see what the other team is up to here. Initial look at the Koreans. He's at 19 vills right now. It looks like he's sending some off of food and more onto wood. And then he's got 2 vills here that look like they're going to make a mining camp. No, okay, they're going to go to wood. So teal kind of scouting me out. as I'm going up to feudal age, I made sure to get my barracks up. So I'm going to hit feudal in about 45 seconds. My barracks is already up. That way, as soon as I hit feudal here, I can drop a stable. And that's important because you don't want to have any downtime here. You don't want to be waiting around for wood once you're at feudal to build a stable. You want to make sure that stable goes up right away. So got kind of an initial look at Teal's base with my scout. I see his wood line. It doesn't look like he's on stone or anything just yet. But there's my feudal age. I'm up, you know, say about 30 seconds before anyone else. And I'm going to grab 3 vills to make sure this goes up nice and quick and get that stable down. At the same time, making sure, you know, not to idle my TC. That's definitely important here. You want to keep bills coming out. Hopefully I don't idle here. Okay. And then, you know, as you're making scouts, you do want to, you know, try to progress into castle age. But, you know, we'll talk about kind of priority here as this game goes on. So stables up. I'm making some scouts. I'm also going to drop my blacksmith as my second building in feudal age. You know, some people wait a little bit on this. For me, when I'm scout rushing, I find it's most effective to get the blacksmith up pretty quick. And I want to prioritize getting the armor upgrade. I'm investing a lot of food into these scouts, and so I want to keep them alive. And having that armor upgrade really lets you kind of hit and run, keep the scouts alive, and just get kind of a ball of cavalry to do some more damage. So at this point, I've got 3 scouts. I'm heading over to Teal. I noticed that he dropped a forward barracks in between our bases. And so I'm chasing down these vills. You know, one thing you want to make sure to do is you stand ground where needed, so that way all the scouts attack the same vill, and so you're not just hitting a bunch of different villagers. You really want to focus them down and make sure you're actually killing them, to make sure you're giving yourself an eco advantage. Here I'm kiting away from him. You know, he's got a couple spears in here, so I don't want to just lose my scouts I invested in. So I'm actually making some spears to counter these spears, and then I can take the fight versus them and make sure that my scouts are staying alive. That's really important to kind of keep the enemy spearmen occupied with your spears. You really want to avoid having to engage a spear with your scout. You can do it if you've got, you know, at least I'd say probably 3 or 4 scouts on one spear, but even then you're going to take a lot of damage compared to just fighting a vill. So I was able to navigate that right there, not lose a single scout, and I've got my spears kind of just harassing, occupying his, stopped his tower, his initial tower, and now I'm heading over to his base, and I'm going to continue to make scouts. One thing I didn't mention, but you know, as soon as you do hit feudal age, you want to get your lumber camp upgrade. So he's, you know, it looks like he's trying to do some sort of tower rush on me, so I'm going to continue kind of scouting around. I'm going to try to pull him off the stone. I don't want to hard commit because a couple of these scouts have pretty low HP, but I'm just trying to idle him at this point and keep him kind of off this stone as much as I can, and try to pick off fills where I can as well. So again, pulling them off. Got a couple more units back here, and a couple more scouts on the way. I've also got the armor upgrade coming in for my cavalry. So right now, I mean, pretty good little rush on him so far. You can see my eco KD down here is 5-0, so I've knocked out 5 of his villagers, haven't lost any of mine yet. Not much going on so far for the other players. Our Hindustani's players getting kind of harassed, but and then here I'm gonna get some really good damage versus Teal. You can see I've got 6 scouts, 2 spears in here, just causing a ton of idle time. He's running towards the TC, so as he's running, I'm going to try to kind of group up on individual vills and pick them off. And I've already killed 9 of his villagers, so Teal's hurting a little bit here for sure. You know, totally kind of failed early aggression from him. His tower's down, his barracks is going to go down. He's struggling to take stone or wood back here, and he's having to tower up in the back, and he's still getting picked off. So at this point, our pocket player kind of has a couple choices. You know, anytime you're playing the pocket, you can always kind of sit back and boom up, especially if you've got someone on the flank that is really kind of in control on that side, which is the case in this game. Teal is not really a threat at all. In fact, he's rapidly plummeting, you know, 10 villagers down at this point. So, you know, yellow, if he wanted to, he could just sit back and kind of 3 TC boom, aim for, you know, 100 vills around the 30-minute mark and kind of come in with a big cavalry force. He could also support me on this flank, and he could go, you know, scout rush as well with me into knights, or he could just go straight into knights, like a fast castle into knights, and not go, you know, full 3 TCs, but just kind of go 3 stable knights, and we probably could finish off Teal just with that push. Unfortunately, a little bit of a spoiler. It doesn't end up happening. Something kind of in between the 2 approaches is what happens. So he doesn't really fully boom up, but he doesn't really also commit to a full military presence. And so as the pocket, that's not the best position to be in. You kind of want to commit either way to a boom or to an aggressive kind of military presence and support your flank player. So for now, though, we're still finding damage over here. So I've got, you know, 6 scouts that I've kept alive. Ring Tink did come in with 3 knights. He's just got 1 stable for now, 2 TCs, and so we're still finding damage here. Green, their pocket player, the Mongols, he did come over with some cavalry archers, and so having to kind of kite around him. I do want to keep these scouts alive still. And at the same time, just using this opportunity to finish kind of walling my base in. So with Green kind of defending Teal's base, and then Green kind of, you know, scouting around himself, I'm going to use my scouts and just march right into Green's base. He is also making camels here, so not the best kind of unit for me to be fighting against as scouts, but we are going to pick off a couple more vills, and see right here, I'm going to hopefully use stand ground and try to finish off this vill. Did I get it? No, I don't. Okay, so I didn't get that one. He's just got too many camels at this point. And so at this point in the game, you know, I'm going to kind of stop making scouts, because we did get some good damage on Teal. You know, 12 vill kills for me. Ring Tank got 4. But Green's got enough camels and kind of cav archers on the play that we're going to have to kind of move away from the scouts. So Rank Tank's about to hit castle. He's about 1:30 out. I'm also going up to castle. I'm about 2 minutes out. Green is kind of just trying to raid Rank Tank. He's got these cavalry archers. And then over here, not the strongest start, I would say, for where is my army, or where is his army. Not really any signs of his army to this point. He's got a couple spearmen out on the field. The Goths player has got some knights. He's got some spears. And, you know, you can look at his score. It's pretty low. Where is my army? He hasn't lost any villagers yet, but, you know, when you look at his score, He's just lagging a little bit behind, although he did make some progress there as he's getting up to Castle Age finally. So at this point, we are kind of down a little bit in terms of the score, just because Green has been able to boom up a bit, and he's got a decent kind of army out right now, just picking off fills. So the other team is ahead right now in terms of military value, but economy is pretty close. We've managed to kill about 17 of their villagers, and they've managed to kill about 13, and overall we're kind of still dead even. I'm trying to kind of start booming up a little bit here. I was going for a second TC. Unfortunately, Green is still harassing with these cavalry archers and just kind of being a pain. Looks like I had a couple scouts still left that at this point, you know, don't mean that much to me, so I'm trying to just get a couple more Vill kills where I can. Rank Tank is going to come over with some knights, which is nice, and kind of scare those cav archers out of my base, which frees me up, and now I can go, you know, 2 more TCs down, and I'm going to really start to boom up here. Rank Tank also dropping a 3rd TC. Not sure what Blue is doing here. He's not really attacking. He's just kind of standing outside Red's base. I'll speed it up a little bit. Okay, so Yellow is going to come over, and he was kind of attacking Green with his knights. He's going to drop a forward castle. At the same time, I'm getting pushed pretty hard here from Green. Nice thing about Lithuanians is, though, I can just you know, turtle up with these TCs, and eventually I will look to get the town hill or the town fort upgrade out of my castle, which actually gives my TCs even longer range, so it's easier to defend against these kind of raids. So we've got some knights over here on Green. A little bit of a raid in my base. I've got knights out though, so this should get cleaned up. Green notices that Rank Tank is moving forward with this castle. And so Green's going to come back. He's going to try to mitigate this. But the castle's going to go up, and Rank Tank is actually going to get some nice damage here. A couple more Vill kills until he kind of gets chased out by these camels. Nice that this castle is elevated a little bit. And that it kind of blocked this wood line, but it's not going to be kind of too impactful for right now. What happens here is that, well, 1, he gets his villagers cleaned out, so that's not good. But 2, Rank Tank doesn't really commit to doing anything with this castle. It's just kind of sitting here firing on the market, and with his vills getting picked off there, he's not able to get a siege down or a monastery. He's not mining this gold, so just kind of going to be an idle castle for now, and unfortunately it's not really going to help us that much. Down here on the Hindu Goth flank, we've got Where Is My Army going into camels, which is a you know, typically a good choice for Hindus, but against the Goths, not probably the best. You know, as Hindus, you want to probably start the game And when you notice Goths are on your flank, your kind of mindset, your goal should be, okay, infantry civ, they can swarm in at Imperial Age. I need to probably get to hand cannoneers. And so camels are not going to probably be the best endgame choice, but you know, not a bad option right now, I guess, because of some of these cavalry archers from green. Looks like Where's My Army is going to get probably cleaned up here. There's just too many spears mixed in, and then he's getting picked off by these cav archers. So not the best trade there. He went after this siege. He got it to basically 40 HP. It didn't go down, and he lost his entire army. So, you know, we talk a lot about picking your targets, picking your battles. That one kind of speaks for itself. Not the best battle to pick there. You know, maybe try to get in the back here, do some raiding with the camels on this wood line, you know, go around, but you know, you didn't even get the siege down and you lost all the camels, so that's going to be a tough one to swallow right there. Green's going to continue to kind of move around with these. He's going to probably try to find some damage in either my base or rank tank's base. And then we've got Teal, the Koreans player. He's trying to kind of rebuild from that initial scout rush where he lost a lot of vills. And he's going to castle in between his base and my base, and he's starting to build up a military presence here. Green, unfortunately, getting a lot of snipes with these cavalry archers. You know, that's at least 3-4 vills he's picking off there. Back at home, I've been focusing on booming up and trying to get my economy set up here after that, you know, scout rush. So I'm 3 TCs at this point. I'm dropping a castle because I could see that Teal is starting to advance a little bit for me, and I'm trying to get more of a military presence out. Down here, Where's My Army? He's still going with camels here. He's going camels and skirms. And, you know, this is really just kind of a stalemate down here. Not much going on. Nice kind of defensive castle on the hill. And we did have rank tank hit Imperial Age just a little bit ago. So first one to Imp, or I think he was the first one to Imp. We do have 2 other players on the enemy team at Imp as well. I'm also going up. But, you know, he's still got that castle over here on green. Kind of a waste at this point because, you know, nothing's really going on with it. Got green trying to scout me out. Teal's also over here. So where is my army? He's now attacking the university. He does bring that down. You know, he's taking down some buildings or going after some buildings, but, you know, again, you can see the eco KD. He's killed 1 villager, lost 2. The Goths have killed 4, lost 2. So kind of a stalemate. Not a lot of economy hits going on, and that's really what we should be focusing on. We should be trying to find ways to get into their economy. You know, taking down just a university or siege or whatever isn't going to do too much. Need to find ways to cripple their eco. So I'm finally hitting Imperial here, and I'm going to try to push Teal back before this gets kind of out of control. Looks like whereas his army is going to loop around and look for some damage in the economy. It's got a little pack of Ghulams here that are getting chased. And is he gonna double back and take this fight? Ooh. So he doubles back and takes the fight, sort of. He was looking at maybe what was back there and gets a couple camels picked off. Those pikes get upgraded into halbs, and so he's getting chased, trying to find some damage here. And blue throws up a defensive castle, and now he's in trouble. At the same time, Rank Tank is trying to break in, so we do have some coordination here going on, but tough spot to be in now. For where's his army? He's got camels, but they're getting picked off by camels, Cav Archer, and halbs. Rank Tank comes in with some halbs and a couple knights of his own. And we've got a little bit of a skirmish here. And at the same time, I'm taking a fight versus Teal. Pretty much cleaned up his pikes and his crossbows with my Lightus and my knights. And I've got 2, soon to be 3 Trebs firing on his castle. So pretty easy pickings over here for me. With Teal, was able to clean him up. Green, I think, notices this though, and so he's sending his trusty Cav Archers, and he's starting to, also send in some camels, it looks like. So again, just kind of a big stalemate over here, which is not what we want, because we all know what happens if Goths are able to get to Imperial Age, which he is now at, and you can see his score. It's starting to take off. He's got quite a few barracks up. He's got quite a few, infantry units out on the field, and that's going to pose a problem for us. Two castles down over here, so Teal's losing his kind of foothold. I'm going to take this fight. Lightus with the 2 relics in the bank, pretty strong against those pikes, and then I've got all the cavaliers, pretty tanky to chase out these cavalry archers. So I've got Teal on the run, and I'm going to take down these production buildings. Could probably make a case for saying I should have just went right into his base over here and started raiding him, especially as he's trying to throw down this castle. I did want to take out these just so he'd, stop making some of these pikes. Right as he is castling here, I actually couldn't see that, but I tried to put a castle down in the exact same spot as I'm kind of advancing on him, with the thought of, blocking that gold and starting to, hit at some of these vills. And so I get up here though and see he's actually already got one built, and so I'm gonna have to, pick a different spot for my castle. Hopefully as my vills go in here I don't lose any. Okay, pull them back just in time. So I'm going to castle over here on this wood line and on this gate instead, and just kind of inch towards that TC. I have a good military presence out, just mixing the Lightus, which are stronger versus the pikes and versus the camels, and then also mixing in the cavalry, which are stronger against, archers. And red is going to be in some trouble down here. We've got that Imperial Age Goths player. He's got all these Huskarls. He's got Trebs, and blue is going to be attacking with skirms, which are a soft counter for these halbs, but skirms versus Huskarls, you're basically throwing a spear at a brick wall. You're not going to do any damage. These Huskarls just have too much pierce armor. And unfortunately what we needed was for red to go into hand cannoneer here. and he gets totally cleaned up there, and he's going to be in trouble. So it looks like he's starting to retreat back with a couple TCs closer to our pocket player. Up top, I'm kind of launching an all-out assault versus Teal. So he is on the run once again. Poor guy just can't get the cavalry out of his base, from the scouts to the knights, to the lightest, to the cavaliers. Green is going to come in though, and at this point he's got a lot of cavalry archers and a lot of camels. So not a great fight for me to take, just due to the amount of numbers he's got. So I'm gonna kind of regroup back here, try to have some of my monks heal up, and just keep trekking down some of these buildings. Blue at this point has knocked down Red's TC. Red's going for another castle. That gets knocked down too. And it looks like this one's going to shortly follow as well. These Huskarls are just... It's really tough to stop the Goths once they get to this point. Even if you do have gunpowder units, you know, with all the production buildings, if you don't stop the production, you're just going to, you know, have the potential to get overrun. Working our way through Teal up top. Green has kind of pulled back for now. It looks like he's starting to think about his own base as I'm working my way through Teal. He knows that he's kind of next on the pecking order here. And we've caught up a lot in terms of score now. So it's a pretty even match. You know, Red's getting kind of worked through. Teal's also getting worked through. Have some, you know, nice support from Rank Tank up here. Looks like he's starting to stream in some halbs. Fortunately, we need a bigger military presence from him in the pocket at this point. And don't know if this is going to be enough. A lot of camels, a lot of cavalry archers here, trying to pull them back to the castle. Not a great fight. Rank Tank is late to the battle, so I'm pulling back, trying to save my army here. Trying to pick my fights. Okay, Rank Tank is coming in with the pikes, so I guess I'm going to re-engage here. I'm going to try to get my lightest on these halbs and get my cavaliers with more pierce armor onto the archers, but we're kind of just outnumbered, and we're going to get cleaned up here pretty badly. And now, you know, we're starting to look like trouble. What was a pretty close score here is now widened pretty considerably, and Blue is, in addition to the barracks down here, he's built a whole wave of barracks up here, so he's able to flood in Huskarls on this side as well. Teal kind of just trying to hold on after being hit with that push, and so just mixing in some pikes to kind of be a nuisance, but it's what he wants to be doing in the position that he's in. Or it's what he should be doing in the position that he's in. Speed up a little bit here. Trying to save my trebs. And we've got a pretty nasty looking army heading my way. Kind of a 3v1 situation now. We've got blue, green, and teal all with armies marching into my base. You know, Ring Tank's got some halbs, but not nearly enough, and not really going to be effective at all against these Huskarls. Really bad fight to take there. I don't think he was even watching his units. So those are going to get just totally mopped up by the Huskarls. Yeah, we're in trouble. We're definitely in trouble here. Not really a great fight for me to take here, but at this point, it's over, I think, so. Gonna just try to do as much damage as I can. For as many units as he had, actually traded pretty well. But we've got the Huskarls in our base now. Still got a stalemate down here. So our Hindus player has switched off the camels into Hussars, I think with the goal of maybe trying to raid blue now. But again, Goth's infantry player, he's going to be, you know, Huskarls and pikes all game, and really tough fight to take there. Don't know why you would go into that, but it's going to totally kind of lose all of these Hussars. Again, we've got to pick our fights better, find a better target, send those Hussars back in green's eco, send them back into blue's eco, send them pretty much anywhere into a full ball of help. So rank tank has got some paladins out, but unfortunately it's going to be kind of just too late at this point. I'm still getting most of the brunt of this attack over here. Green, blue, and teal on me. Rank tank does come in with some helps. And the Halbs are this time not going to fight the Huskarls. They're going to go for the Cav Archers. Green coming in with a Hussar raid of his own. And you can kind of see, there it is. It's just the stream of Huskarls. They're just flooding in, and not much we can do at this point. Rank tank looking for some damage back here. We're down about 50 Vils. Got about, the other team has about double the military value on the field. And Red's still going with some Hussars. I've been kind of forced out of my base, and so I'm gonna try to just for fun be a little bit of a nuisance and stay in it for a little bit. But Teal quickly kind of notices that I'm massing some paladins over here. And he's gonna castle. And Red has got 3 castles up back here, 1 bombard cannon, and he taps out. Rank tank taps out. Not sure how long I stayed in this game. Totally just messing around at this point. Got some paladins, got some light cav, and I'm gonna make these guys work for it. Getting totally blown through. In comes green. This is what not to do in an Arabia game. And they get into the back, and that's GG. So, again, point of this one, just kind of a how-to on a scout rush. How to scout rush and still lose the game. But hopefully that's helpful for anyone kind of trying to understand the starting build order, the starting strategy, kind of how to micro the scouts, how to keep them alive. And then, we had an opportunity to win this game because, again, we were ahead in the beginning. I think Ranked Tank and I needed to have a little bit more synergy. And, if he probably would have gone 3 stable knights into that, Castle Age into 3 stable knights and pushed into teal with me, we could have totally wiped him out and then moved on to green. But we just needed to have a little bit, more synergy there, and we could have had a better result. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll catch you next time.